Hello viewers, welcome to ICSE Board Class 10 Chemistry episode 2.2. We are with chapter chemical bonding, and in the chemical bonding we are going to see about electrovalent bonds, covalent bonds and coordinate covalent bonds. We have already started with the introduction and we have already seen about the formation of ionic bonds, ionic compounds with the example of NaCl. We have also seen about the strength of ionic bond as well as conditions required for the formation of ionic bond. In this episode 2.2 we are going to discuss about the properties of ionic bond. So let us move on to our topic, properties of ionic bonds. So here properties of ionic bonds, or we can say properties of ionic compounds in relation to the strength of an ionic bond. That is number one, physical state. Now if you see the physical state, that is solid, liquid and gas, then most of the ionic compounds are crystalline solids, are what? Crystalline solids. Now the formation of crystals, or you can say crystalline solid, takes place because of the force of attraction taking place between the formation of positive and negative ions. As a result, it is going to form the crystal of the solids. So here if you see, I have just drawn the bonding between the positive and the negative ions due to the electrostatic force of attraction, and that's why the solids formed due to the ionic bond is going to be a crystals. So let us see the reason. Excel studies of ionic compound has shown that their constituent components are not true molecules. See, they are not true molecules, but they are an aggregate of what? Cash ions and anions, held together by which force? Electrostatic force, and the strength is very, very large. So it is very difficult to break this bond. Why? Because of the electrostatic force that is very large. As the cash ions and anions are held very strongly by the electrostatic force, there is virtually no possibility of ions to interchange their positions. Thus ionic compounds compounds in general are hard solids. That's why I said they are very, very hard, and the crystalline structure is formed due to what? Due to the electrostatic force exerted between positive ions and the negative ions, which is very large. Hence they are very hard crystal solids. As for example, sodium and chloride. Here the figure, here if you see the diagram is given of sodium, crystal form of sodium and chloride. It is called the lattice of sodium chloride. It is called lattice of NaCl, crystal lattice of NaCl. Let us see the melting point and boiling point property. All ionic compounds have high melting point and boiling point. Why they have high melting point and boiling point? First of all, they are what? They are solid. Solid requires large amount of heat. Solid requires large amount of heat to convert into what? Into liquid. Then liquid requires more amount of heat to convert it into what? Gas. Understood or not? Here the solid, large amount of heat is required. Why? Because the electrostatic force formed between positive and negative ion is extremely strong. They are held together very strongly. Hence, large amount of heat is required to break this bonding between the positive and negative ions. So, melting point as well as boiling point is going to be really, really high. So, melting point and boiling point will be high for such compounds. So that's why. So melting points and boiling points are high in the ionic compound. So let us move on to property number 3. High density. Why they have high density? They are high density. The ionic compounds are generally heavier than water. First of all, there is a formation of positive ions and negative ions. These positive and negative ions, oppositely charged ions, are held together very closely and very tightly with the help of electrostatic forces. As a result, the number of ions increases. Per unit volume Why the number of ion increases per unit volume? Because they are hold very closely to each other. When they are hold closely to each other, the numbers of ions are going to increase per unit volume. Hence, the density increases. Now, there is a question: why they are hold closely together? Why they are held very closely together? Because of the electrostatic force. Because of the electrostatic force, they are very much close to each other, and that's why their density is high. Next one, they are highly soluble in water. Ionic compounds are soluble in water, but they are insoluble in organic solvents. Why? First of all, what is the property or a form of water? Water is a polar covalent in nature. Water is a polar covalent in nature, and it exhibits a charge separation. Thus, water molecules can easily break the ionic bonds. The ions drift in the water in all the possible directions, hence ionic compounds dissolve in water. Understood? First thing, what is the property of water? Property of water is what? Property of water is polar covalent in nature, and this is making very easy for the water to break the electrostatic force between the positive and negative charges, between the positive and negative ions, and as a result it can drift the ions in any possible direction, in all possible directions, and thus making the ionic compounds dissolve in water. While organic solvents are non-polar in nature and they cannot break the ionic bonds, hence ionic compounds do not dissolve in covalent compounds. Understood or not? Thus ionic compounds do not dissolve in covalent compounds. So this is about the high solubility in water. So you should know the reason, because they are asking for 1 or 2 marks question in the board examination. Let us move on to the point number 5, not question, but point number 5 about the good conductors of electricity. Why the ionic compounds are good conductor of electricity? First of all, they are forming what? Positive and negative charges. Positive charges, when the electric current is passed through this type of compounds, then the positive charges move towards the negative electrode. Move towards the negative electrode, and the negative charge move towards the positive electrode. Now this one is possible only if they are dissolved in water. If they are dissolved in what? Water. Because in water they can easily break, the water can easily break the bonds which is formed due to electrostatic forces, resulting into the formation of freely ions. So these positive ions will move towards the negative electrode, and negative charge will move towards the positive electrode. Hence the freely moving electrons will able to conduct electricity. Hence ionic compounds are good conductors of electricity in aqueous solution, that is in water, and in fused state, that is in molten condition. Molten means what? You are providing. Fused means what? Molten. Molten means what? You are providing large amount of heat energy to convert solid into liquid. And when liquid formation takes place, that means the electrostatic forces, the bond formed due to electrostatic forces becomes weak, and it breaks, and it forms what? Liquid, and it can easily conduct electric current. Understood? Let us read this one. In an aqueous solution or a fused molten state, ionic bonds between the oppositely charged ions snaps. Snaps means breaks. Thus the ions are free to move about in all possible directions. When electric potential, that means electricity is passed, is applied to such a solution, the cash ions, means positive ions, migrate towards cathode, and anions, negative charge, migrate towards anode. This process is called electrolysis. Electro means what? Electric current. Lysis means what? Breakdown. Due to the migration of ions, the solution conducts electricity. I hope you understood the 5 properties of ionic compounds. Number 1, which was the first one? Physical state. What is the physical state of this ionic compound? Crystalline solid. Number 2, they have high melting point and boiling point. Number 3, the density is very high. Number 4, solubility in water is high. Number 5, they are good conductor of electricity. So this is all about the properties of ionic compounds, or you can say related to the ionic bonds. There are 5 properties and it is pretty simple. All of them are having only one common point, that is electrostatic forces are strong, charges are going to form. That's why the physical state is possible, melting point and boiling point are high, density is high, solubility in the water is high, because water is able to break the electrostatic force and the bond of the ionic compound very easily in order to form the ions which are drifted in all possible directions. This is also possible for the conduction of electric current. So I hope you understood the properties of ionic compounds in relation to the strength of ionic bond. Thanks very much guys. If you have any doubt or any sort of a questions, please let me know in the comment box. I will try to explain. See these videos 2 to 3 times, then it will be very easy for you to understand. And one more thing, don't forget this question: water is a polar covalent compound, is asked in board examination for 1 marks. Fill in the blanks. Okay, thanks very much guys. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you guys.